Call it the revenge of the electric Tuk Tuk, or better yet, the return of the Echo 3. About a year ago, Roman and I had an opportunity to drive a very similar model to this one up to Buffalo Bill's grave. Now that was following a Tesla Model X. Okay, pucker time. Still doing it. It's not very happy. Now, one of the attributes of driving an electric vehicle is, of course, altitude doesn't affect it. However, going up hills does.
I just don't see that thing making it up to the top. It's a really good effort, though. I mean, I'm really impressed that we made it this far. I mean, going up a mountain, it's hard to express just how much power that uses. He's pulling over. I think that's it.
And I think that's good enough.
Yeah, so what's going on?
Showing 3 red bars. I'm just going super slow. This time, we're given the opportunity to drive another one of these, but there's a big difference. To tell you about that, I want to bring in my friend Rex. Rex, tell us about this vehicle.
Good afternoon. Well, we're really excited about the new Echo 3 2020, what we call our performance model. And some big differences that we've made in the vehicle are, one is we switched over to a 75-volt lithium battery. Compared to our 2019 models, this will go from 0 to 35 in 12 seconds compared to 0 to 35 in 26 seconds. So the performance is amazing. With that lithium battery, we also get extended mileage. These have tested out to a little over 55, but we're going to stand behind 55 miles in a single charge. Our charging time has gone down. Since it was previously between 4 and 5 hours, this is roughly around 3.5 hours. So the performance gains you get, the efficiencies and the economies are worth the added investment to go to lithium.
Now, a lot of you know that I've had a lot of work done to my foot. So here's the good news. It's really easy to drive one of these when you have a cast on your foot. That's a positive, but it's really roomy inside. Oh yeah, easy peasy. All right, unlike last time where we had kind of a vague idea of what was going on with the battery, this one's a little bit more telling. Now, according to the president, as you're driving, you don't see it progressively go down until you come to a stop, because what you're doing is you're adding amperage. So when you stop, you can actually see where your power is. And according to him, today there should be no problem with me maintaining yellows, at least when I get to the top. We'll see. I'm trying to give this car the best chance that I can, so I'm not going to crank the air conditioning heading up the hill. Unfortunately, Denver, Colorado in the summer, a little warm, so even though I have the windows up, I do have the top, little tiny sunroof popped, and then the rear window you could pop as well, so that's open. I mentioned before that my leg is a little incapacitated. By the way, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing a ton of videos. It's not the easiest thing to drive a stick right now. And because of that, a vehicle like this is surprisingly easy to drive. It's all hand controls. You twist in order to accelerate, and you have 2 brake levers. The cool thing is, unlike a scooter or unlike a lot of low-slung little electric things that are out there, this one sits kind of high. I'm almost eye level with this Subaru that I'm passing. I'm passing it. Wow, woo-hoo. Can you give us a little tour around the vehicle? There have been some updates since last year.
Yes, a couple updates. We've upgraded some of the LED lights here. Disc brakes are now available on all vehicles, which is now standard. That's more of a safety feature.
Right.
Okay. Coming up here inside, one of the things, and you'll have a little bit of a shot here, is we have the new hold-on handlebars here. So
there is room for 2 smaller passengers in the back, or 1 fair-sized passenger in the
yeah, you can get a big dog in there, 2 people. There's seatbelts, street legal seatbelts for 3 adults in the vehicle, so 1 in the front and 2 in the back.
So let's talk about the reason why you'd want to own a vehicle like this. If you live in a city like this and you honestly do not want a full-size car, you have limited storage space for a vehicle, it makes sense. And you know what? They're relatively clean, they're relatively quiet, and they're small. But at the same time, look, I'm a big dude and I am more than comfortable. So there's a lot of positives too. Let's talk about the legalities of this vehicle, because this isn't registered as a motorcycle or a car, is it?
Well, it depends on the states. There are national criteria that these were set up to do. The issue is each state kind of looks at them differently.
Right.
We've sold a lot of these units in Utah. They classify them as a motorcycle. Okay. We've sold a lot more units because we're headquartered in Colorado. They're classified as a low-powered scooter.
Right.
Now, over the last 4 years as we've been developing, we've always met criteria so they're street legal vehicles, okay? But one of the most important things is whether it's classified as a low-powered scooter or a motorcycle, your insurance is crazy affordable, $100 a year. Now, here in Colorado, if I register this beast with the DMV, it's $5.50 for a 3-year tag.
We are about to hit the main climb to the summit up to Buffalo Bill's grave. And the thing is that high elevation does not affect electric vehicles, not in the bit. But what does affect electric vehicles big time are steep grades. But I gotta tell you, I was on the same mountain about a year ago, and the performance difference is night and day.
Now, with a couple things that we added on, with the air conditioning, you can now see where the air conditioning and heating unit is in the vehicle. It's all one unit, so it's not separated out. You get heat and air conditioning, one upgrade. Without this here, there's actually a small trunk, and we'll take a picture of that on another unit real quick to show you that, but there's a small trunk. Now, it's not very big, but it's big enough for an extension cord, some tools, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And of course, lockable. Additional changes are new lighting and reflectors along the rear, added for safety and improvements for visibility. And then one of the key important things is we changed the position and the installation angle on the backup camera.
How much of a draw is the air conditioner, would you say, off of mileage?
It's about 8 to 10% in total, which is not that big when you consider it really gets cold in there.
Another hairpin? Oh, this thing is just flying up the hill. Once again, I'm taking these corners slow because I'm trying not to be an idiot this time. But it doesn't matter because I don't have to maintain that momentum. Past this bicyclist. Last time I passed a bicyclist, it was like a major race. This time I flew right past him. Can you tell us about the pricing for these vehicles? Because I know there's a couple different versions.
Yes, there are. So the base unit versions come with a lead acid battery. This performance vehicle for the 2020, the upgrades are the air conditioning and heating unit, and then the better batteries with the lithium, 75 volt lithium batteries. So the thing you have to look at here is the price point is $7,000, so $69.95 for the base units with lead acid, and these now performance vehicles are $8,850. So less than $9,000, you can get a vehicle that has quite a bit more performance, better reliability as far as battery life, and you've got the comforts of heat and air.
Okay, so at this point, this is where I stopped last time. Now, at that point in time, I was lucky to be going 11 miles per hour. Right now, I am staying at the speed limit going up this hill, going around 25 miles per hour, and this is a very steep hill. Guys, we're about to make the final turn and head up the final drive to Buffalo Bill's grave. Isn't that awesome? That's cool. Far out, 31 miles. It's still showing a full battery, but In terms of power, so much better. All right, made it up here. I gotta say, it was tugging at the leash by comparison. It is a much more capable vehicle on the streets. But there is one more thing I wanted to show you guys, which is all new. And that has to do with a method of transport, a very easy one that they came up with for this vehicle. And Rex is gonna tell you all about it.
So what we did for people who wanted to take the Echo 3 long distances, especially for the tow-behind market for RV, we came up with a specialized trailer that we call the companion trailer that, as you can see, has 3 channels for the tires. All you have to do is get the tire in the front channel and it will align the vehicle perfectly. And so we designed it so a 75-year-old person could drive it up onto the trailer and not have to do any lifting or any changes. So it's actually a custom designed trailer that we build right here in Colorado.
All right, well, that was actually more exciting than I thought it would be, and it was a much better drive. The cool thing is that we got here in a much quicker time because we were able to maintain the speed limit for a longer period of time, which was great. The hill was no problem. So definitely some improvements. I say the revenge of the Tuk Tuk EV, proven. Indeed. Guys, if you want more information about the Echo 3 products, click on the link below for the Fastlane car, for the Fastlane truck. One of these days, maybe even the Fastlane EV. This is Nathan. I'll see you next time.